Cue the mic. Okay, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome. Red tie, red day. A little bit of a pump back to the upside, but would you buy it? We did touch 89,000. We're going to break it down. Neckline of that head and shoulder was breached. A lot to talk about this morning. We're going to show you what's happening. It's Monday, False Move Monday. We already did have a bit of a false move on the NQ. I saw a head and shoulder pattern that did dump to the upside, had a pump back up. We're going to break it down how similar the NQ and Bitcoin were behaving. Bitcoin had a little bit of a jump on it because it got above the 200 MA faster on that 1 minute time frame. Kind of an interesting signal there. See if that's a front run for the NQ. Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And may God bless you all for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. All right. May God bless you all for being awesome. And for hanging in here no matter what happens, man. We made history in this trading group where we doubled up throughout the bear market from 69 all the way to 15,000. Then we bounced all the way back to the upside. Where will we end up as a group in the next year and a half if we stay strong? Only time will tell. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So let's break it down this morning. I said, it's False Move Monday. I was not in a trade. I'm going to make it very clear. Never put a trade out this morning. Put out this idea for a possible short to the downside. That short did play out. You would have been in the money. And again, on a Monday, if you get in here and it dumps that fast, that's a good amount of money very fast. What I teach my students is never go for the target if it happens very fast. I mean, you can say, what if it kept going faster? I don't know, but that's fast. That's good, fast money. Again, I would not trade that on a Monday morning. So they faked the dump, ripped it back to the upside when they got people to short. Couldn't help themselves. So they're extra greedy, these makers today. We're going to show you what's happening, but then they did get back on track to pump basically the target of the cup and handle. A bit of a backwards Adam and Eve, right? You see? I mean, it's an Adam and Eve just the other way around. You see, with the Eve first and then the Adam. It's an Eve and Adam. Pretty interesting though, right? And, again, my signal is to long whenever you cross the 200 MA 1 minute time frame. Don't care about anything else in the market. That's it. It didn't look a shoulder ahead. You're looking for the right shoulder. You could say that was the little tiny right shoulder. So shoulder head. Let me show you more neat if I take away the moving averages here. But it was like a shoulder ahead and then a tiny little right shoulder there. Bitcoin now getting a bit racy. We're going to see what's happening on the bigger and the smaller time frame for you. Well, man, bit of an Adam and Eve bounce there to the upside for Bitcoin. And then the support, this resistance is somewhat of a support now at 91,800. Am I buying it? No. Am I bearish or bullish? I'm more bearish for sure. And I'm going to explain why I continue to have to remain bearish. I mean, I'm a weekly support and resistance guy. You keep losing weekly support and resistance over and over again. So, if the bulls were strong, they would have let me know by now. You see? And, I even gave it to this idea for that beautiful bullish div that we had on the 1 hour. And it gave way. It did not give us that love. So let's talk about the weekly, even the 2-week chart, and see what I see happening for BTC. So the 2-week chart is creating a bearish engulfing candle, right? Just as you did here. suggesting there's more downside. And you can see the 2-week chart's just getting started on the stochastics with a bearish cross. And usually that means there's some downside on the 2-week. The 2-week not too far away from the 21-day moving average. Would suggest maybe a dip, a clip somewhere into this middle area, and that's why I keep pulling these fibs. Keep suggesting we could go somewhere to that $83,000, $81,000 area for BTC. Definitely a bit of a falling wedge. Could we come back down to the 21-day moving average? It looks like it could be something that is possible. All right. I just keep looking at this same thing on the weekly. They both look like we're going to just continue to slowly slip back down. And we've been talking about this ever since we've been up here. I kept saying we were too far away from the 21. I said it when we were here. We were too far from the 21. Everyone said up only on Twitter. I said we're probably going to pull back. Everyone said we were crazy. We pulled the fib. We said the levels is likely to go down somewhere here to 50,000. I kept saying maybe even 48K. And we dipped to 49K on a wick. Same scenario here, in my humble opinion, for BTC. Not much different. They look identical. What's even worse is, or better, however you want to look at it, if you want to short, is that bearish dip. I said this over and over again. I said bearish dip on the weekly is a once in a 5-year thing. The last time we saw it was 2021. Now we're seeing it again in 2024. So it was 3 years ago. That's even rarer. I've never really seen it on an asset every 3 years. If you go look at Walmart, Dow Jones, all these bigger charts, it's a lot rarer. Every 4 years, 5 years, even 7 years. Again, doesn't mean you can't see it. Trading is trading. And we're in a new age with new people and new markets. As Mark Douglas tells you, every trade is unique to itself, regardless of the trade. So, yeah, this suggests that there's more downside for Bitcoin. I'm always open-minded for the Hail Mary here. We somehow get this beautiful bounce. We make this amazing ascending triangle. And everyone said, you were scared. No, you were scared. And somehow, some way, this wick, we get out of this wick. Sorry, I'm on the 10-day chart. 10-day looked a little better than the weekly. Yeah. But right now, just, no. Like, get above the 1 hour 200 MA and I'll begin to long again. I have my signals in the small time frames to tell me exactly when I should even begin to poke my head up out of the dirt and say, Otherwise, there's no carrots to be looking. I'm Peter Rabbit, and I am not running after those carrots and getting chopped up by Mr. McGregor, man. I'm telling you, I've been reading some books to my kids, as you can tell. We go to the 3-day chart. Maybe a little one, a little dad joke. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So if we look here on the 3-day chart, and that's bearish. And look, see how it's rolling over below the dotted line, and the RSI has more to go. It even has bearish div on the 3-day too. And it had bearish div twice. It had macro bearish div, and it had bearish div here. Whenever I've seen that, it's been a nasty, nasty downtrend. So again, there's only 3 trades. You put what you're willing to lose in a long trend hold, in a long hold. For me personally, I'm in a swing trade with a stop loss, or I'm in a lev trade scalping, or a swing with a stop loss. So I either lose what I'm willing to put in. You see what I'm saying? Or I continue to grind. Like it is what it is. So this falling wedge could break further back to the upside 132 once we do get that dump down somewhere to $82,000. Doesn't mean we're going to go there for sure. You never know. We'll take it one step at a time today, but the 3-day chart suggests there could be more downside. The daily, we talked about it yesterday and even last night. I was bullish for the move, but I said what would be bearish. Remember, we covered all the bearishness. I said the bearishness is we make a right shoulder here, and we drop this puppy to the downside. That measured move there out of that head and shoulder takes you at least somewhere to 80,574 to those candle meets, and basically to that, oh man, that golden pocket. Bitcoin getting a nice pump here as we speak. I kind of want to get back into the small time frame action. I love doing the macro, but I like that. I like being in the small time frames with you guys and girls. So as you can see, though, you know, I'm not, again, is the bear market over? Is the bull market over? No. If we broke these lows, yes. And it's sad because we could be coming to break those lows. So I can't tell you whether the bear market's over or not. I did say up here, taking profits wouldn't be bad. Taking profits wouldn't be bad. Taking some profits, because if we get back, like even now, you could take some profits. Why? Well, what if we dump hugely? And then you get to buy back with some, you know, you got some powder. But if we break out here and we bounce, you know, then you could think, okay, maybe I'll get back in now. And you only really miss this key area. Maybe we break out here and we bounce. Maybe you miss that area. And fine, maybe there's some prices there. It might be a 5X and a 7X. I mean, you could think about these things. Some, you know, it's up to you. I don't do it. I put what I'm willing to lose and just kind of hanker in for the market. But again, I've taken some beatdowns before too. So it's up to you. Like if I needed the cash, I would not be putting my whole net worth and just hoping. I'd be having to be pretty strategic about it. It's a head and shoulder pattern that breaks down many times, you know, and it's like a shoulder, head, shoulder. To me, it's a complex head and shoulder. And the bigger one also, we've been showing you, looks like it's going to break down. And the 200 MA is a likely candidate as well. This is all lining up. The 786, 75,000, it's all lining up. So again, having some orders at those key areas is a likely scenario here for Bitcoin. Don't be shy to put limit orders down in here. 22, 12 hour, both look like they could roll over. Slight bounce there, which is okay. And if you want to be crazy about it, you say, okay, well, we're in this falling wedge that's going to bounce now. Finally. Everything else was a game, but this is the real one. And they're going to bounce this back to the top of the pattern now. I mean, they're ripping it right now. We just missed a big move here doing my macro. The 4 hour looking for a bounce off the bullish divergence. That's 4 hour bullish div there as we speak, playing out for BTC. Amazing. So, falling wedge, bullish div. That's bullish div on the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour very oversold with the banana curve. Lack of MACD, you know, MACD is just, you know, getting that curve too bullishly. V-shaped recovery for Bitcoin, false move Monday so far. A double bottom there on the 333-minute time frame. Bit of a double, you know. Let's see how the 15-minute looks. I tell you, hold on one second. So remember last night we broke out. I saw it as a diamond that could possibly break out. We saw the flag. What happened? We lost the 200 MA. Right there on the 15-minute. We lost it on the 7 and boom, you're done. The way we cook is we get back above it. So look, I bet the 1 minute, you see the 1 minute gets back above the 200 MA. Boom. We get that move to the upside, and then it had this like rising wedge that broke out a little bit more. This takes me to the 5, and I'm looking for the 5 to crack the 200 MA. And this is just how time frames work. I don't know why. It just is what it is. Here on the 5, you're expecting some bullish div. You have it swing up while this swings down. You've got a pretty good reaction. Now what? Well, now you want to kind of double down on your support of resistance. So zoom out to the 1 hour. Get rid of the moving averages for now and look for some clarity. You have clear resistance here, resistance at about 99.6. And you're definitely in some, you know, resistance. So right there at about 95,400. So really, I wouldn't take any of this seriously unless you get back above these where we topped. Even, yeah, bring it right there. 95.7, 95.8. You get back above that area, boom. I mean, wow, we just mooned to 93,000. From, I believe there was a low touched of 89. Let's see here. 90,300 for the low bounce for BTC. And wow, nasty dump and attempting to bring it right back to the upside here. Crazy how many people probably got liquidated. Boom. I mean, there was a big gap, a fair value gap there too. Look at the size of that thing. There's another one right there. It ain't too bad. It's small, but it's there, right? So they dumped it and they want to pump it back to the upside. Crazy times to be alive. So the 1 hour looks like it could continue to go up. It's got room on the stochastics. The 4 hour has room too as well. So now I would slap on my moving averages. Take a look. Where's the 21 on the 15? Where's the 21 on the 7? Where's the 21 on the 1 minute? Rising wedge with some bearish div there too, you see? Likely to come back down to where it began. Rising wedges break down where they began. That's a rising wedge. You see, this is bearish div because even though this moves up, that moves up more. And the stochastics are pushing down. That's likely going to take you right back down to 91,671, right? I'm just showing you small time frame sauce now. I don't trade Monday mornings, so you're not going to see me usually whipping it out. That didn't sound right, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be getting it in. But the 5-minute time frame. If we are bullish, we'll mingle right here with the 21-day moving average. Maybe it doesn't up, we don't know exactly what it's going to do here. Bullish sign, it would be to take the secondary flag that I drew, right? One of these two things is going to happen here for Bitcoin as it comes back down here to 91,721. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let me get out that chat, as I haven't even taken a look at the chat, baby. See what's happening on this beautiful Monday. Wow, 2,400 beautiful people here on the live. 300 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. And this is the channel that shows up every single day, so we got to face the music. No matter what I said, no matter what happens, we got to pay the piper, right? And that's what I love about being here every day. You can't shy away from what you said the day before. All right. So yeah, we're looking for this kind of, you're looking for the 21 revisit on the 5-minute time frame right now. I wouldn't chase. Today I'm observing. Let's talk about that NASDAQ. Look what it did too. It made the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder dump. Like, I would just trade patterns, man, over anything else, in my humble opinion. I mean, they just show you what's going to happen. It kind of made an inverted head and shoulder here, We saw the shoulder, head, shoulder dump. I called this in the NASDAQ this morning before it even happened. Take a look if you're in the trading group. I'm glancing at the NASDAQ, and I said, man, that's it. Shoulder, head, shoulder, complex head and shoulder. Bear City. And I said, looks bear to me. I said, what do I know? Probably nothing, right? First, I looked at this and said, this is probably going to dump down, head and shoulder down there. And we hit the target there. Then I saw the bigger play, and I said, man, it's going to go lower. I said, counter trade me, I dare you. This is kind of funny, right? And that thing would bang to the target. Crazy. Anyway, forget about me. It's not about me. I'm just showing you how the charts just play out. Like, you know what I mean? They just do what they're supposed to do. Look at this beautiful cup and handle. And then they faked it to the downside, ripped it. It's like they knew what I was looking at. And thank God I didn't trade it. They would have got me on that handle for sure. And so now what you're just looking for, what is likely going to happen from my years of doing this, is you're going to revisit the 21 here on this 5-minute time frame. If you're bearish, you'll lose the 1 minute 200 and you'll just continue to dump. And I just told you that this rising wedge was going to come back to the downside and come right back down to 91.6, right? How did I know that? Because rising wedges do that 68% of the time. So if I told you that 100 times, about 70 times, I'd be correct. All right, my friends. So Bear City on the NASDAQ, Bear City on Bitcoin. And if you watch my macro analysis video, it just didn't look good. Things did not look good for BTC. It was bearish for sure. All right. The 68% comes from, this is what I was told. And I haven't questioned it because it makes sense to me. But, and again, this could be, you're probably going to laugh at me. But I was told it comes from a man was writing down the price of rice in Asia in the 1300s every single day. And, you know, sometimes there was a scarcity. Sometimes there was more in the market. And depending on what happened, the price rose and fall. Sometimes it was the end of the day and you know, the price would go up if there was less. If there was more people in the morning, then maybe the price went down for demand. It just, you know, what happened. And he found that the price made these patterns. And they got adopted as the trading form. And then it continued to go. So look, see the rejection by the 200 MA? Not a great sign. This looks more like a bear flag to me. That continue further down here to 89,000. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. All these people are saying, no, we're going to bounce. We're going to bounce. I mean, every time we had some bull div that we just completely could not get back above. You know, you got it. And that's why I watched the 200 MA on the 5 minute and the 1 minute like a hawk. Because if we reverse, we'll get above them. If we don't, no way. Right? Yeah. He developed the candles based on the rice market. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. That's what I was told. Okay, so you could tell your family and friends when they ask you, say, count my rice and leave me alone. All right? No, I'm just joking around, but seriously. Rice is really nice when you want like 1,000 of something. Old Mitch Hedberg joke. Buyers just creating an exit liquidity thinking it's a bounce. That's him, Sun Tzu. My boy, amen. Yeah. But let's make the flag, man, and see what happens. Let's make a flag. Always be open-minded. Look at this. Bitcoin, baby. And this is why I always tell people I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I have no clue because I was like, we're definitely going to dump. Then, right? Honestly, if I look at it really objectively, shoulder, head, right shoulder, blast me to the upside, even has a measured move. And both of these kind of coincide with 96,000. Does BOOKMAP see anything of the sort? It does have a big red up there at 96K. It has something there at 93.3. But again, the majority of the liquidity for BOOKMAP is lower. And link to BOOKMAP in the description. But the majority of it is way lower here, down to $86,000 for BOOKMAP. So, you know, it just says that we're going to go lower than higher at the present moment in time. It's been saying that for a while. But on the temporary side, a possible quick grab there to 93.1. Maybe we get to 94, and there's a chance to 96,000. And that's what I also kind of see on my board too. So a chance to 96K if we can stay inside this flag. The 21-day moving average moves up. I'm a moving average trader. How we move with the moving averages will tell us a signal, will teach us a lesson. We'll learn a lot about it here. So as this 21 curves on up, we're going to see what happens as we get tighter. Curve on up, get super tight. Let's see what happens. If that gets tight, there's a trade here on board for this Monday. As I showed you, it looks to me like an Adam and Eve the other way, right? Just the Adam, you know, the Alice in Wonderland bizarro Adam and Eve on the other side. Anything is possible, but that's what my open mind sees. I could be wrong. I could be completely out of my head. Who knows? I'm just a guy that goes live every day and looks at this insane movement of maze of candles. And my subconscious mind might just give you something different to look at than you have thought about. I mean, I think that's the fun of the channel, when it breaks down the crooks of the simplicity of it. You're just coming here to see a new perspective from someone else's brain, and I'm here to give it to you every day. And honestly, I listen to you guys too in the chat. The chat is interactive. It's a good time. Shout out to everyone here on the chat. God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Yeah. Oh, wow, look at this coin here. HxAI is still strong. We talked about it yesterday, and look, this does not seem to care. AI is still pretty strong. comparatively, AVA AI still holding 20. The $200 million market cap doesn't seem to care, actually pumping now strong. I don't own this coin anymore, but now I'm like, man, maybe I should. And this coin is one of the hottest coins I've seen in the game. I have no idea why it's gaining so much steam, but it's really starting to get crazy here. And I might put a position back into AVA AI and run this puppy up. I got in very early. I didn't even really tell it. I bought it here, and then maybe a couple days later, I said, hey, I've started buying this AVA AI coin. I'll see what happens. I saw it in the Adam and Eve. Thought it would do some damage. I drew it like this. Eventually, it did that, but it took way too long, right? I gave up on it down here. I said, because it was the first coin I found. I didn't think I was going to do great. I was really just experimenting. Like Columbus hit the new land type stuff. You know what I mean? Like just what happened. And lo and behold, we got the move. I ended up doing a pretty nice job. 4 sold into maybe 20 or so. I don't know, but it was awesome. So we'll see what happens for AVA on Sol. One of the first gains of 2025 too. And it came from these gains here. KOLIN AI is my other baby. I don't like seeing red for KOLIN. Nasty little dump there for KOLIN. But I've been through so much with KOLIN since ups and downs here, and I'm sticking with KOLIN. All right. KOLIN's a swarm, so we'll see what happens. Massive selling, though, right there at the present moment in time. And I'll tell you what, no matter what it is, when Bitcoin slumps real bad, the whole market feels it. There was a couple days where it seemed that we were a bit immune. But, like the virtual AI space. But they eventually took their hit. And they felt the wrath of the Bitcoin dump over time. All right. Let's put the lemon into the water. I think I may have forgotten to do that. And I need to hydrate myself here. Why not get some lemon in there? Out of that doing damage mug. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Are you feeling that you're the opportunity? Are you breathing in deep? Are you realizing that if Bitcoin does go lower, prices could be absolutely amazing, right? If we go to 50,000, 60,000, I mean, these are prices people could not get when we ripped all the way up. So one step at a time, one day at a time. If we believe we're the opportunity, somehow, some way, we will find it. I don't understand how, but that's just how the universe works. Some days I'm baffled, some days I'm bewildered, just like all humans. But I'm really good at, and what I've been learning about successful people is they failed just as much as everybody else, maybe probably way more. But it's not about you're going to fail. It's how you're able to kind of turn failures into success. That becomes a habit. And every time you hit a failure, it's not even a failure anymore. It's more of just an opportunity to find out who you are. And there's no reason for excuses. Today I heard something amazing that will stay with me forever. No excuse is more powerful than your potential. I want that to sit with you for the rest of the day and say it to yourself maybe 5 to 6, 7 times today. No excuse is more powerful than your potential. It's already built in you to become amazing. It's built in you to become awesome. And I am going to kind of, make you feel a little uncomfortable. Is every day that passes, we can never get back. Time, we cannot get back that time. So you got to use your time wisely to change the world, which means you got to start by changing yourself. And 5 minute looks interesting. We could still get this nice flag here. I like how the 21's curving up to price action. And I'm open-minded that anything is possible here in Bitcoin land. So let's be open to this 21 coming up to this flag. Now it pushes back somewhere to 95,700. Even if that was just a scalp pump today, I'd then have to reassess where we are. But there's a nice bullish div that did occur. And that's when you get a liquidation, my friends. And there's a lot of people just liquidated very, very, a lot. So this flag take you to 89,256. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I knew he said. So we did go to 89. We saw the 8s, my friends. We saw the 8s. Was that the lows? You never know. Fake out, break down, and then finally get us on a move. You were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. You have to be open-minded that anything is possible here. And that's why I'm going to watch this flag on the 5. I'm going to give a report later on today. I'm going to do a report tonight. And I'm going to be on Bitcoin all day long, baby. so we can stay in tune with what's happening in price action. This looks good to me. The 1 minute staying above the 200 MA and making a flag is a good sign that we could continue further to the upside here for Bitcoin. I like what I'm seeing for BTC on the 5 minute time frame, 95,771. If we can continue in the flag, watch your flag here on the 5 minute. I'd build the trade here. Am I going to trade Monday? Very rarely do I do false move Monday. I mean, you already can see what happened. You would have got chewed up trying to tackle this thing on Monday morning. Especially our first week kind of back, but then we also have some things to pay attention to coming at us this week. You know, Bitcoin looking surprisingly bullish here. And I'm optimistic. I always am. I believe I'm the opportunity. I believe we are together the opportunity. Everyone that comes here creates some form, some shape of opportunity. A high frequency delivery attracts high frequency people. And I love you all for that. You guys make this stream. So I'm going to watch this flag. This is my next idea. Can we hold support and resistance? Resistance. Bit of a wick there. It could go either way for me. We will see what happens here. Boom. And can we get to 96,000? 95,009, 96K. I would definitely expect some resistance here too, as about 94,800 for BTC. Well, let's see what happens on the flag. You know, the second we lose this resistance or this support here, and that's when you know we're probably going to go lower. So you see us go lower than 91.8, I'd say it's a wrap. No guarantees, but that, you know, the likelihood of us continuing a pump after that to me is unlikely. Again, I could be wrong. I am not the end all here. I just have been doing this for a long time and putting a lot of it in my mind. So we'll see. Only time will tell here for Bitcoin. Make it nice and big for you. Get you in the vibe, get you in the zone. And I call this the Twisted Sister. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready for it before it gets there. Everyone else will start drawing the pattern as it happens. They'll have some, you know, some program draw the patterns for them. But not me, I'll see it pretty quick. I personally like to get above the 200 MA there on that 5 minute time frame. That's my go-to signal there for BTC. We're hanging on though right now, and it looks like we could do some damage. What if we just continue to rip too? Anything could happen here for Bitcoin. Don't be shy, Bitcoin. Spread out your wings, sweetie. Show us how you can fly, baby, fly. No. Hey, Lois, I think I'm gonna grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room. My name's Peter Griffin. I do the voice for Peter. That's right. With all that money, I invested into Bitcoin. No, I'm just joking. I'm not the voice. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I go to Quahog and drink beer. I love crypto. I watch the Crypto Lifer every single day. Hey, Lois, I think I'm gonna grow a beard. Hey, Chris. I'll leave Mega the... Can't do it anymore. This is getting tighter here. Can we get the rip to the upside all the way to 95.8? Sam, I told you. Sam, I told you not to do Peter. You're so much better at Maki Mak, all right? It's better than Maki Mak. You can do it better than that. I know you can do it better. So just do that, all right? Stick to Maki. And, you know, I told Tommy not to get with that curly head kid and get to FTX, but he did it anyway. Should have got to GALA with me on the rock. We're going to make a bunch of money in the gaming. You know what I'm saying? Tommy, why'd you do that? Then your wife left you. All the things went down the hill. And you had to leave football? You had 3 more years left in you, at least, Tommy. I don't know what you were doing. You went with the curly head kid, FTX. It was over. 92,500 here for BTC. And we're getting tighter. Let's see if this 21-day moving average can shape our way and get those gains, baby, gains. Those juicy gains that Sammy's running after. Sorry, I got a little crazy here. I got the monster in me lately. Can the 21 get up? Can we get tight? You know, the bulls are strong right now. So far, so good. They're attempting to push us away from 89,000 for sure. And again, this is small ball. What happens on the bigger time frame will depend more on where we go. And please, if you're just watching the channel, we put the red tie on for you for a red day. The least you could do is hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? And please subscribe to the channel. If you forgot to subscribe, please do hit the notification bell. We're going to do a bunch of new videos coming out in the next few weeks too to show you kind of what's happening in the space. So get ready for that. I'm excited to hit some new topics and to do some pre-records. Wow, but most of the market took a beat down. Let's take a look at the bubbles and see what's happening. Oof. So, okay, bounce in the last hour. But today alone in the 24 hours, I mean, it's a red move on almost every single coin in the game. Massive sell-off. Even SOAI in the last week, nothing really surviving. In the last month, a few takers, but not a lot of love. In live, though, we're getting a bit of a bounce here. You know, some coins actually aren't even as low as they were just 3 weeks ago. Like AOIZ dumped to 83 cents. Now it's at 88 with the Bitcoin dump to 89. So there is kind of strength in these numbers, man. And there's strength in these coins. In my opinion, they could be lower. Jupe at 75, though, I tell you, anytime Jupe's like loses that 90 cents area, we're in trouble. When Jupe is back above 98 to $1, we're in good shape. I've seen Jupe do this so many times. I don't know why. Jupe is like the leader. Like Jupe never goes higher than 110, never really goes lower than 60 or for whatever reason. And wow, we held Jupe for years to be at like 88 cents for me. It's just kind of crazy. We did get a lot of rewards, you know. ENA at 81. Wow, everything taking a beat down today. And even on the live chat here, you know, live, this shows you what, you know, AOIZ, the only thing flipping green, optimism. Not a lot of love out here today in these chats. It's tough. And when you go to CoinMarketCap, who made the most notable project list? That's pretty cool. When you go to CoinMarketCap and you take a look at the 1 hour, you can say AOIZ with 777s on the 1 hour. Isn't that crazy? Up 777s in the 1 hour. I find that just so funny. Virtuals, AOI 16Z, Radium, and Brett. These are the ones that are getting the best bounces right now that people feel are like, I want to get into. Ondo getting a bit of a move. So a bit of a bounce here. Is Caspa below? Yeah, Caspa back at 11.5. Render at 682. Injective lost that $20 mark. Where is Atom? Back at $5 probably. Chainlink at 19. Still up a lot from when the last, you know, SOAI really at 456 is strong. Strongest coin in the game really at 456 for SOAI. And Atom holding 622 actually ain't bad, I'll tell you what. So I'm actually a little optimistic here. I'd expect a little bit more of a dump, but at the same time, I'm not telling you the dump is over. AI Tech still trending too. And Solana still holding 179, ain't bad. Take a look at this crypto yearbook for a second. And SOAI really taking the yearbook ton coin they liked a lot. Near Protocol, Render. Interesting. Our first here, you see the most notable projects. Below you'll find live listing data for all your yearbook categories. All crypto. I'm just so they thought each one was the best in its place. I don't know, I have to go. I don't know if I agree with all that, but we'll see. Yeah. I like to look at that NASDAQ just ripping back to the upside, leaving no man behind. And again, look, you could trade the NASDAQ the same way. 1 minute crosses the 200 MA, jump on in. Once it pumps and gets away from the 21, it's likely going to flag back to the 21-day moving average. Wait for it to flag to the 21. Look for your next play. Use support and resistance and the stochastics as your guide. And let her rip. Nice little reversal here on this Monday morning. So it's like they just used the news to scare people possibly. Shakeout. And look, the NASDAQ, let me see if the 1 minute. Yeah, the NASDAQ and Bitcoin aren't really like pumping together, so to speak. They're doing a bit of a different move, but they are both bouncing. This could take 20 to 30 minutes, 6 to 5 minute candles, so I'm not expecting it to happen immediately, but I like what I'm seeing. This is how you eventually, this is how you calm down. You don't chase green candles. You don't chase red candles. you take a deep breath, and you watch price action tell you where the market's going. Let price action teach you what to do. Don't do what you want when you want. Let price action tell you what's likely going to happen in the market. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live, staying positive no matter what. These are great prices to DCA. Personally, if I had no BTC, man, that dip to 89 would have me mouth watering right now. I have Bitcoin, and that dip to 89 has me mouth watering. Again, I'm not saying we can't go to 65,000. I'm the guy telling you that we could go to the lowest prices ever. But I still firmly believe accumulating Bitcoin for the next 5 to 10 years will pay off over time. I am not a financial advisor. That's what I believe for myself. You'd have to believe that for yourself by doing your own due diligence, getting an education in blockchain, understanding what Bitcoin is. I'd say, heck, I'd study the history of fiat currency too while you're at it. And get some knowledge of fiat currency. Understand what fiat currency is, where it came from, and why people like me accumulate Bitcoin from the very first time we heard about it or started hearing about it around $300 to $500. Because it had that je ne sais quoi. We knew the math played out. When we really did the math, everything seemed to equal out. They're going to continue to print money to zero. They're going to have this Bitcoin every 4 years. It looks like I have an edge on the rest of the world if I can get into this before they do. And lo and behold, look what happens. 100x BTC at one point, still up 92x from a $1,000 buy. A middle class kid from the mean streets of Boston. And when we look at here too, I still see massive liquidity to the downside here for Bitcoin, all the way to 85,450. And shout out to anyone here that watches with their kids, their family. That's why we keep it a family-friendly show. We make some jokes here on the weekends, maybe Saturday night here and there, but we try to be funny. All right. Okay. FUD is holding strong. That's funny. Right. Let's take a look here at the super chat, see what's happening in the fan funding. A lot of chat coming in there. Scam, can you check SOAI? Says Vedi Goat. I like that name, dude. That's kind of cool. Vedi Goat. TEMA have been holding strong. Vintage Capital Investing. Interesting. Good morning, Lifer. God bless you and your family. Beautiful. Thank you. Galaxy Gambles. God bless you. Can you take a look at GALA? We'll take a look at GALA. Me. Take a look at BARA. Thank you. Let's take a look at GALA and BARA real fast. All right. I don't know what BARA is, but let's take a look at BARA. BARA World Copy BARA Nation. I've never heard of it. No idea. Look, it looks just like Bitcoin. See? It dumped with Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin right there. See? It's doing exactly what Bitcoin's doing. That same pattern. Isn't that interesting? See how the whole market follows BTC? Looks like a shoulder ahead, and it could be a right shoulder. A low, a higher high. We could continue to pump here. You were scared. No, you were scared. No. You were scared. You sold it off. You panic sold everything. No. Why you panic selling? Why you panic selling? That looks like a descending triangle. It just doesn't look... I don't love this pattern. Yeah, it doesn't look good to me. Maybe it's a bottom. I don't know. That looks really garbage. I have no idea what this is, and I just want to run away from it. Thank you. Yeah, I probably will never look at that again. Let's take a look at GALA, USDT. I just get these vibes sometimes, and maybe it pumps huge and I miss out. Who cares? I can't love every coin. If there was 1,000 updates that I did, 1,000 super chats, I just can't love every coin. You would hope at least 20 to 30 of them might say, I don't know. And it's rare that I do that, so you got to think something's up. So here we are again. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Very likely we're going to dump again for some lows. If we don't, I'd be very surprised if we hold this low. But I see GALA going lower. And somehow, coming back to a giant double bottom, possibly hanging out. I don't know what else to tell you, but I got to, I see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I see a move to the downside here for BTC. And I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I see happening for Bitcoin. All right. And if Bitcoin pulls us back, then GALA dumps. So shoulder, head, right shoulder. What if we get a final pump here and that's your last chance to buy? It's possible, but I mean, that's a shoulder, head and shoulder. Bitcoin doesn't look amazing. I see GALA following. You got all this liquidity to the downside. Like, Sam, you're talking about a bullish move right now. I'm talking about watching the 5-minute scalp on the Monday morning. But unless we get back above the key levels that I told you, I'm still more bearish on Bitcoin than bullish. So GALA looks like it's going to dump, and you're going to get the price at 2493 again. I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I own GALA, and that's what I see happening. We have taken a beat down. Look, everything is in the shoulder, head, right shoulder right there. You see it? Shoulder, head, right shoulder there. The market looks horrible. You've got to listen to it. It's telling you that it wants to pull back. Looks like WIF could go to 51 cents. Like, I just... either you're double bottoming or you're going for lower. Look, that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You lost the daily 200 MA. You're in a bear. That's bearish. When you lose the daily 200 MA, that's the beginning of a bear market for me personally. You lost the trend and everything. Not only were meme coins getting beat by AI agents, everyone's going to be like, well, AI agents do something. Why would I hold this WIF coin, right? It's sad, but possibly true here. Would I sell my WIF? No, I'd still hold it because there's times like this that I've seen a bounce and I've regretted it. So I just put in what I'm willing to lose. But it stinks to know that the odds are I'm probably going to lose. But it is what it is. I'm a man of my word. I stick to the chart, It is a cup and handle. There's a possible double bottom there. But it don't look good. This shoulder, head, right shoulder, this rollover today is horrible. And the fact that rejection of the daily 200 MA is bear city for me. I mean, that looks like a shoulder. That's rolling over. That's a bear flag right there. It already broke out. So, I mean, they already were beat by utility of AI agent, and now you're getting a Bitcoin dump. It's not easy to break the faith of people holding these Ishi coins. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. So here we are again watching this possible flag, and that's all it is. Don't get too excited. And yeah, so WIF pulling back too as well. So we looked at BARA and GALA and WIF. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Thank you. Love the laugh track. Please keep. Amen. Still positive. Amen. Yeah. Lost lots of trades, but your guidance has helped me profit lots too. Thank you. Hey, God bless you, Mr. Blockton. Hey, Lifer, if I step into BTC X2 leverage at 90K, add margin at 85, and my TP would be 100. Will the margin that I add make profit at 100K be more, or just add margin? Be sure that you won't liquidate. I don't know, man. You do you. I can't tell you what to do. Are you worried about the token unlock with Ondo, or are you still bullish on this market sell in May and go away? Honestly, the market doesn't look good. Bitcoin looks like it's going to take a bigger pullback. I have to be honest. And the market's been telling us that for days now, for weeks. Whether you wanted to listen to it or not, right? What laptop should I buy? Any laptop is fine, man. You don't have to worry about it. You want to get something really robust if you want to start using BOOKMAP. But you don't need BOOKMAP to begin. We put it out so much and you can find it. So BOOKMAP here, down to 86,000. Once you get going, I think BOOKMAP is a must-have. Like when you're traveling, when you're out and about, it's just nice to have. I don't know how I'd live without it now. I love BOOKMAP, so... ANTIRUG on Soul holding strong. Use case. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and I don't worry about things because I believe in God and I believe I go back to God. And so one day I sat down and I said, do I truly believe in God? I said, I do. I said, am I a soul that's going on to another life? I said, I am. I said, no matter what happens, these feelings that go through my body are feelings and they will end and I will move on. Even if I die a torturous death, which I really pray to God I never do. But I'm just trying to go to the end result of this world and what could happen to me. I'll still make it through somehow, some way. I'll pierce through the veil. I transcend into another realm, and I'm not worried about, and and I'm willing to take it on, whatever this life has, even if death is part of it. So I'm optimistic about everything, even death, and I'm open-minded to a new beginning, no matter what. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to live for a long time with all of you, and project love and happiness. But I just want you to know, like, the reason why I don't worry is because the biggest fear for me would be that, and I don't even fear that. So everything else to me is just, there are some other concerns I have in life that I would never want to live through, which I don't even want to mention, which most people probably know what they could be. But besides that, that's it. Losing loved ones is tough. So anyway, Samuel Trump wanting a stronger dollar. Will that hurt risk assets? I heard he wants a weak dollar, honestly. He wants strong trade, but he wants the dollar to go down a little bit, right? So people can afford things. The stronger the dollar, right? It just, so. And thank you, After Hours Investing. Sammy, FXS, please. Let's take a look at that. And there you have you. Now you're in that flag there for BTC. You really want to hold the 21. That sign of a possible inverted head and shoulder here like this. You start to lose this. Look, it's an M pattern though. Looks like it's going to dump. There's some bearish div there in a way. And not too bad. But it looks, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just heads right down. Bear City to the downside here for Bitcoin. Mind you, we could be in this thing here. And we could go lower. I'm going to get rid of these lines here just for a second. But that definitely looks like something that could be possible here for BTC. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the line. Let me get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, dear Lord, for everyone you gave. 693 people that hit the like button. I'm so blessed. 693 beautiful souls that have blessed me with their love, blessed me with the appreciation to show the whole world by hitting the like button. Those people know what's up. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That will come back 10 times your way too, my friends. Hitting the like button is just like giving a buck. It's just one of the nicest things you could do. So thank you so much. And may God bless you all for doing that. Very nice of you. Very grateful for it. And whatever God gives me, I deserve whatever I get. I'm very grateful for it. So thank you. 2,700 people here, man. What a beautiful group of people too. So let's see. Can the resistance hold? Can Bitcoin break away here? And honestly, this is going to tell us a story. Like the 5-minute breaks out. We get back to 95.8. There's a chance we bounce. This starts to break down. We're just back into the doom and gloom. And anything could happen really in the next 10 minutes. We're going to know. And that's why I like time frame. I don't have to be tell you what's going to happen and be perfect at it. If this bounces something like this, then the long's more likely. If it starts to drop, then it just wasn't going to happen. And the bears are in control. Right now, the bears are still in control. Unless Bitcoin can get back above 93,163. And the target here is about 95,771 here for Bitcoin if we were to get the bounce. Pretty sketchy times though. I kind of see a slanted head and shoulder. You see this? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. 1 minute looks somewhat bearish too. I can't call it though. There's almost an Adam and Eve there too, slanted. So I'm going to watch the 5, stay off the 1 on a Monday morning. And see if this flag can continue to stay tight. I'm picking the 5 minute as my go-to time frame right now. I had the vibes. I can get rid of that top idea because we don't need it at the present moment in time. And if you're in the trading group, today's the day where I post some other new ideas for any new tokens that we're finding, anything we're talking about. Look out for that in the different sections there and in the token metric section too as well. I'll be scanning, looking at things that I like, posting some ideas, and just going over the general alt market. There's probably still new things coming out. In the barest of times, we had 7Xs, 10Xs on Demetra did a 7X. In 2022, when Bitcoin was like going down from like, 30 to, 20,000. So like, there was, nothing goes straight down, nothing goes straight up. Even in a bear market, we pump. Even in a bull market, we dump. Remember that. Like, it's about just kind of riding the waves, staying level-headed, not getting liquidated one step at a time. Remind yourself, every time you miss a big trade, like say you didn't make this big short, so what? As long as you didn't get liquidated, it's okay. As long as you have capital. You know how many people got wrecked today alone with this? Look, you know how many people followed the short? It came up and they got long, and then they shorted again, then they got hit again, then they long, then they got hit, and then they chased, and they were all over the place. Someone definitely revenge traded this entire move here and got absolutely slaughtered. It happened. And it probably happened to thousands of people, tens of thousands, millions. So if you didn't get liquidated, rocked, and wrecked, consider yourself blessed. Like, consider yourself absolutely blessed here for Bitcoin. You did something most people could never do. I secretly like this play here. A lot of fear in the market. Nobody believes we could bounce right now. Most people got cleared out. So it looks like there'd be a clearer path up. Again, we'll make it a small trade. And I'm on a good little streak. Things have been going well, so I don't want to ruin that. The risk to reward is horrible. I must be putting some 9.5. Oh yeah, it's 95957. There you go, 97 for 329. And actually, I've done this, and then you got to click this again. 87, even better. Let me see, though. It looks sketch. Yeah, I'm going to wait off for a second here. Looked like it was bouncing, and we were going to get this nice channel. Buying the red is the key, though. You buy red right now. But I still see this as a shoulder, head, right shoulder. I'm not buying anything right now, everyone. I just want you to know. When I make a trade on probability, not even based on the fact that I believe it's going to go up. Like, I say, hey, there's a good probability. This is a shoulder, head, right shoulder. We could get a bounce. We're hitting the 21. Low stochastics, we can stay up. The 1 minute's above the 200 MA. Look, it looks like an Adam and Eve double top. I mean, that's bearish as all heck. If that stays tight and we bounce, I'd be surprised. That doesn't look good to me. That tells me not to long. That's an Adam and Eve double top right there on the 1 minute. You see it clear as day. Wow. So I got to give it 15 more minutes. Give the 5 minute like 4 to 5 more candles before I even decide to long. Show me it can make that right shoulder, get the bounce possibly. I like the oversold Stokes though. I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring here. It's a tiny trade, $300 in margin. I'm not a big shot at all. We're just having a little bit of fun. I usually don't even trade Mondays, so this is just really for like entertainment purposes only. $300. It's a $7,000 trade. $300 in at 26x leverage. Say I only had $300. Let's see if I could make something out of it today. If I was up $30, I would take it. You know what I mean? So say you only had a small amount. You were trading with a very, very small amount. No matter how you trade, you should always be trading as if it matters. Like, even if you're, that's how, even when I was playing chess with a friend, I wanted it to matter, right? I see people take video games super seriously. Then take your trading the same way, like demo trade. And again, I would demo trade before I jumped into any trade, everybody. Get my parameters, understand what's happening. All right. Hey, a chance we make 300 quick bones here on a day where I usually don't even trade and add to the monthly P&L. That would be awesome. And I'm not risking a lot. I could lose $80 and then I'll walk away with my tail between my legs, which is probably the most likely scenario here. And I can't watch, so let's come back to this in a second here and jump back into the chat. And let's call out a few beautiful people here on the chat, see how everybody's doing in the live chat. We got Duncan, Blockchain Metaverse, my man. We got C's Crypto. We got Sean Plays. Ron, I love you, brother. And if you want to join the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. All right, we're up all weekend, looking at all different things. We made massive gains in AI agents recently that pumped beautifully to the upside. AVA for massive gains and all sorts of pumps that just did damage to the upside. Bang, bang, bang to the upside. Altcoin ripping too, right? But if you want to sign up to the basic, the monthly, quarterly, or an annual subscription, I'd love to see you in the trading group to learn more. You can find out how to short the market. If the market starts taking a nasty downtrend, we're going to have to short the market. And what we're going to do is flip the charts upside down and trade them exactly like we do bullishly, but just trade them bearishly, right? And so you can see that there's going to be shorts around and abound. And if you can long, you can short. If you can short, you can long. And look at that, struggling now, looking like it may want to give up there. Only time will tell on this tight Monday after a massive liquidation this morning too. So, bang, bang, bang. Now let's take a look here at X. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. It was a beautiful weekend here in sunny Florida, 78 degrees. Today is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's 71 and mostly sunny. Looks like it's going to get even nicer, but even that is great. I'll take 71 degrees while most of the people are freezing. There's like snow in Georgia. We're crying out loud. Some bullish news here. Trump plans a 24-member crypto advisory council. President-elect Trump plans to establish a 24-member crypto advisory council to draft legislation concerning digital assets, creating a Bitcoin reserve, and foster regulatory clarity. The council aims to work with agencies like the SEC, the CFTC, and the Treasury to shape crypto policy. Isn't that kind of cool? The initiative follows Trump's campaign promises to support cryptocurrency initiatives, indicating a potential shift towards integrating cryptocurrencies into the U.S. financial system. It's about time, baby. And we're going to be at the forefront of the world. Charles Hoskinson has been named as someone that would possibly be in that council. You're going to see a lot of big players and people that have been involved in crypto in a long time representing us the right way. You've bought these people's coins. You believed in them since day one. Now they're going to be in the government. This is where it is. Isn't that amazing? It's never been like this. I've never had an investment in someone working with the president. I mean, this is an amazing opportunity for everybody in cryptocurrency. Stay blessed, everybody. All right. And stay amazing. Always something, right? I love that. First AI agent interview on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Don't open your Phantom Wall. I don't know, right? Anyway, if you worked out today, push yourself to the limit, you will feel good about yourself and be able to continue to move at the speed of light. No matter what Bitcoin's doing, no matter what's happening, there's a book to read, there's knowledge to be had. You can work on yourself. There's so much to be coming at you. Let's take a look at TEMA on the radar. Last I looked at TEMA, it was hit pretty hard, like $20 million market cap, right? Sitting at 22 mil. And it looked like it had kind of a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, making possibly a secondary right shoulder. I don't own any of this coin. I never did. I found it pretty early. Someone talked about it. We did the TA, and the TA, I mean, it made a beautiful ascending triangle. If you know, it just did a simple move. And that was just, boom, 100% gains. And we started talking about it pretty early. Does it have legs? I honestly don't know. I don't know. Of course, the TEMA community wants this thing to never stop. And that's the thing about community. It's all about how many people believe in it. So I don't want to hate on anyone's beliefs that they love TEMA. And, it definitely looks like it could revise to a new all-time high there. It's got a double bottom, and it's making a higher low. That's the first step. But it also has resistance. So let TEMA get back above 3.6 first, retest, and then I can see it coming back for the all-time high. As the TA goes there. As the TA goes for TEMA, right? Let's take a look at our baby AERO. Must be somewhere at 119 or something right now. AERO dropped. Wow, are you kidding me? 88? My goodness. Every time there's more love for AERO, there's no love for AERO. My goodness. AERO drone. Man, and this cup and handle look beautiful, and it didn't get stopped out yet. Still a chance that this trade plays out, but man, it's hugging this key level here now, and it just, wow. Man, when I see a coin that I love and I've been in a long time, and it just keeps taking a beat down. I mean, a beautiful double top for AERO right there. It double topped. Showed us what it wanted to do. Came back down to the daily. You don't want to be losing the daily 200 MA. If you do that, that's bearish. I'm telling you, I hate to be the bearish guy here, but like, you do not want to lose the daily 200 MA for AERO. You do that, you got to start thinking that 76 is in the cards and 51 again. And that just is what it is for AERO drone. This trade's still in the numbers. It did not get stopped out. 352 would be the target, but we'd have to bounce today or tomorrow, man. Does not look amazing for these altcoins, I'll tell you what. And Bitcoin just did kind of a dip, stayed inside the pattern. But also Bitcoin looking bearish, more like it's rolling over here for more downside. And remember, this is an idea that we're in this like kind of flag here. That's a rising wedge that's going to break right down, stop me out, and continue to dump. And again, below the 200 MA is another idea. This is a better idea, really. You get in here with a short on the other side of the 200. I suggest not even longing until Monday at 7, 8 p.m. That's when I like to get, or shorting. That's when I like to at least open a trade. Monday at 8 p.m., Monday at 7 p.m. gives me an idea of what's happening in the market. I like that time period. I don't like to chase on Mondays. All right. I am in a long. We'll see what happens if this flag could pump. You never know. My trader instinct has me in a long. Many times it shows me to be correct, but we'll see. I could definitely lose. I'm going for the shoulder, head right shoulder, flag pumping to the upside. But I see it either way. It could be a bear flag breaking down too as well. At the end of the day, it's more... yeah, I don't like government getting involved with crypto. I think it's a mistake. I hope not. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But it has to be somewhat brought into for the populace to trust it and believe in it. There's got to be custody. Like your average bank has to be able to hang. Or there has to be a way for there to be custody or to do business. And that's what they're going to open up. Like how wallets work. And that's just kind of how it is. And we'd like to keep, people safe from bad actors in some way, shape, or form. I know we all want to be free. I'm in the middle on some of that because there. Well, we'll see. I mean, I agree with you. It can police itself over time, right? Inverse head and shoulders on the daily for Ondo is possible, maybe. Yeah. Take a look at the Wakes ticket here on MEXC. Wow, that thing went to the moon, huh? To the moon over there. Pretty far away for the 21-day moving average, though. Probably a good time to take some profits. I don't know, though. You do what you want. It's been in the game a long time. It does create utility. But anytime I see something like that, I see it coming back down to the fibs. If you just stick to your fibs will stick to you, Maybe we bounce. You never know. Like, there could be one or two things here, but it's likely we come back down somewhere to 2.5. What a pump, though. That's crazy. Yeah. First time here, very educational. Shout out to Jack O'Neill. Please subscribe to the channel. If you like the education you're getting, hit the notification bell. I will continue to educate you as best I can about world knowledge, the banking system, Bitcoin, everything. So yeah, this looks like a bear flag that's dropping further down, my friends. That target takes you to 89,000. And yeah, I just got to be real with y'all. The flag looked like it could, but never did. Rejection of the 200 MA. If the 1 minute loses that 200, it's a wrap. That's it. That's when we're going to dump hard. Rounded top, too. No love here for BTC. Super chats, AIX, SAMO on Sol, SOAI, and ANTIRUG. Let's take a look at SOAI, one of the first ones I remember seeing. Yeah, I wouldn't go diving into the market today. I'd only DCA into something that I already had a big old bag of that I wanted to balance off or something. I'd keep my cash. And I've been stacking cash. I've been saying that for a while now. I've been stacking cash now. It just, you know, like if I have extra money, I'm not putting it in the market. I'm keeping it on the side right now because the dollar is gaining a little bit of strength and risk on assets look like they may take a bit of a hit for the next couple of months just until they might cut rates again on the next meeting. But it looks like this meeting coming up on the CME watch tool, they are not going to be cutting the rate. And that's bearish already. That's just bearish already. So it is what it is, but 97% chance there's no rate cut. And that's probably for January 29th. So like that's starting to get priced in now. You have to understand. That gets priced in right around now somewhat. All right. There'll still be reactions at the day. They'll use that to liquidate people because why not? Anytime there's an up and down, they can use it. This is your saving grace here. Can the 1 minute hold the 200 MA? A bounce there, a bounce there. That, you know, I bought the bounce there. It's so ballsy. Or gutsy. If you buy the bounce there, I mean, you are a pro, right? It's not easy buying that bounce. There's a chance I win this trade. I'd like to show you the win. Hey, I won that trade. Everyone said I wouldn't on Friday eventually. So rich people need cheaper rates to take on loans, to take on speculative assets. Amen. And there's a full moon tonight. There is a full moon tonight, everybody. On the 13th, the full moon comes. Yeah, Fed has been saying no cuts in 2025 for the last two meetings. Yeah. I like that. It means honest people with hard work and paycheck can buy it at better prices 100%. Giving you guys an opportunity to jump on into the market and not just the richest of the rich. So you kind of want Bitcoin to pull back a little bit if you could, especially after the run-up that it went on. And thank you for becoming a member, Jack O'Neill. That's very nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Exactly. So many shorts, basically all of them get liquidated on 120K. You're so funny, man. I would love it. I would love it. Any thoughts on Phoenix? I mean, I think it's hot. Well, look, this looks like it's coming for the 200 day. And the second you get a candle to close below this yellow line, I'm telling you, there's going to be a probably nasty drop there. And look, it had a shoulder, head, shoulder. It just looked head and shoulder-esque. Rounded top rollover. Ripped up to rip down. And again, the first stop would be the point of control at 90,008. And then down here to the target at 89,276. BOOKMAP wants blood. It's been wanting blood for 2 weeks straight now. And it's only a matter of time till we get that blood. All the way to 87,085, even 84.9 is the low of the globby globs, where Bitcoin will eventually probably end the dump. And there you have it. We lost the 200 MA. That is a bear sign for a nasty dump now. Unless we get back above it really fast, that's going to dump you. 9 out of 10 times, that's going to send us lower to the downside here for Bitcoin. And I'm not out the water yet. Look, ooh, I could still cover. That's why I didn't risk a lot. Very small amount on the trade, you see? It's crazy. Low stochastic, 21 touching. I love that. That plays out many times. Your model doesn't mean it's going to play out. Just because you have a model and it plays out a lot, it doesn't mean it's going to play out for sure. You see what I'm saying? Look at that dump there. Possibly down to 90,900. See what I'm saying? Or maybe even a rejection at 92.72. And then you got low stochastics too as well. Just something to look at. Man, what a nasty day. And I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. It's pretty, you know, it's either that bear flag continue to drop or they try to hold us. But the 200 MA loss there on the 1 minute is not a good sign. You get back above it, I become there's a hope again. Look at that. We're back above it. So insane. Let's get this shoulder, head, and right shoulder on. It is a low, a high, and a higher low right there. So I'm digging into the long, man. I'm biasly long. Everyone else is bearish. So like, why? You know, you think we would get a pump against the masses here. But that's what, you know, that's what I'm going on to. That idea that we will get that anti-move. Anti-fragile. At the same time, you got to stay above that 200 on the 1 minute time frame to remain bullish. It will slowly drop below 85 over next week. That would make sense to me. And just really melt people down. That's usually what happens. SOAI on Sol looks interesting, like it could get a pump there. I want to see it bounce and get tight. If it does that, I might even take a position. You never know. It looks interesting. SAMO, old coin. It's that big old white dog, right? SAMO on Sol. Yeah. Like a Samoan, right? Yeah. Samoan. $28 million market cap. A lot of nasty wicks. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't look amazing. I don't like this coin at all. I think it's complete garbage. Yeah. And it's at its bottom. It just keeps going up and down in a range. It's been around a long time, too, and really has done nothing. I'd stay away from this thing. I'd much rather some new AI agent or something fun. Yeah. We cleared 90K level and some load up to 100 million at 90 after. Think we're going to get it. I mean, you never know. 91,750 now for Bitcoin. Everyone says, can't imagine Trump enter the White House while stocks are blood red. Anything can happen. I don't know why everyone thinks like it has to be a certain way. Nothing has to be anything. You take it one step, one day at a time. This world is always revolving. Something new is happening every single moment. Every single moment in time. ANTIRUG definitely holding it down right there in a beautiful consolidation. It's got a tiny market cap though, which is kind of, you know, so it still bears watching. But it's definitely on the radar. It's for Sol too. 115% gains possibly coming out of this one. I add it to my watch list and see where that puppy could go. Great to see Ava just holding that key level. If anything's hot, Ava is so hot right now. Shoulder head, possible right shoulder now though. Just kind of throw that out there. So Bitcoin bounced off the 200 MA and now it just sits way. Possible inverted head and shoulder there, just going sideways. So let's take a look here. So a bounce off the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame is your saving grace here on these small time frames if you scalp small time frames. And you know, and 91.8 seems to be holding here for Bitcoin after a bit of a dip. So we'll see. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I'm going to long to see if we can make it through. Insane day of price action. Altcoins getting slammed. All right, altcoins getting slammed. But what are people looking at? What are people searching for? What do people want? Well, grass is starting to come back a little bit. People talking about grass again. I seen it. Remember Koi, man. Koi in the game. I would keep paying attention to Koi. Look into Koi. Magic Eden, Jupiter, Near Protocol, Morpho, Sonic, Avalanche, Renzo, Solidus, AI Tech, my baby. crazy. After all this, they're finally, you know, people are starting to find and search AI tech, Solidus AI tech, right? One of my favorite coins. Altcoins still getting some love here. XRP holding 246, right? Cookied 41 though. Everything getting pounded, man. Solana ain't bad at 178. Virtuals, SOAI, but the usual suspects, usual. Funny, right? Soul Layer, Flock, AI16C, Chain, GPT are the most visited coins in the last 7 days. That could change though too. They could have been visited 3 days ago and then one visited now. But in the last 7 days, it was the most visited. So always remember that too with a grain of salt. I would be really looking into Grass may have another pump. We're going to take a look at that right now. Say holding 35. How much more can you sell it off, right? And I would take this Hollow World is interesting too. Ava Hollow World that's my baby Ava, right? Ava AI. Like, what is she? You know what's funny? I bought it. Took such a beginning take on it. And to me, I was like, you know, I'm like, it's just a AI agent that says stuff to you, right? With Hollow World, AI engine for storytelling. Build a new generation of creators into the app. So it looks like you can create an agent, how it works. Create AI agents for your token communities. Vote for the first. So, you know, people can use this all around. So more and more people are using this every single day. It has a use case. A powerful use case at best that puts it in the forefront of AI agents. Pretty interesting if you ask me. And then someone asked about AIX, A1X, A1X. I never heard of that one. A1 Nexus, market cap 9.3. Quasar, I saw that too. I like Quasars. Quasar. I mean, this thing just came out and is kind of milling around at the bottom. It's got top range, bottom range. I'd have to believe in it, do some more research and be like, is this it? TA is okay, but doesn't look amazing. Multiverse X, Unknown Dex, USDC. So this thing's on EGLD. And maybe we're talking about a different one here. Funny, the Spellcaster. What is all that? Crazy Quasar. Mon. I like just the look. Quacko. There's so much stuff. Space Pi. The Space Pi token. I don't even know what this stuff is. That's crazy. Anyway. Be careful. You know, you go on a deep chase down there. Wow, nice little pump there. Can we get it? Yes, we can. We're not stopped out yet. And I'd love to post those gains later on today in the group. Hey, we still won on a Monday. You never know. Fear and Greed Index still sitting at that 61. I'd like it down at 48. That would be far better for me. Take a bite out of that Fear and Greed Index down there, but it's just not seem to happen. It's not giving us that pump. You know what I mean? I want to get down here so I can buy more, you know, and then more people would jump on in. Maybe it's cool. Maybe we just don't get that low, but I like to buy chunks of Bitcoin down in these areas. It's still at 61. Still some fear in here. It tells us that we got to pay attention. All right. Did you watch my macro analysis video? We kind of talked about a few things. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance today and see what's happening to the dominance. This suggested that Bitcoin dominance was going on a bit of a tear. And when Bitcoin dumps, Bitcoin dominance goes up. When Bitcoin pumps, Bitcoin dominance goes up. What we don't want to see is Tether dominance going up as well. So right now, this suggests that, hey, Bitcoin dominance going up. People are going to run out of their altcoins and get into Bitcoin. Why? Because if Bitcoin dumps and they lose 20%, altcoins usually lose 100%. You know what I'm saying? So people are going to run into Bitcoin. Whenever the market gets pretty sketchy, Bitcoin dominance will go to the upside. People don't realize that. They just get bullish. Oh, Bitcoin dominance pumping. I think I saw someone say that in the trading group, and I'm like, I don't think they understand that it pumps. Like, it's not always the best thing in the world, too. It usually means that things aren't the best when Bitcoin dominance is pumping. So we saw that. We put that in the macro video, and you can see it happening. We cracked that 200 MA, and, you know, definitely more coming for Bitcoin dominance. So that leads you to Tether dominance. Why? Well, if money is leaving alts and going into Bitcoin, and see, look, you got the same shoulder, head, shoulder. So this is when you know you're in a massive dump. And look, if you flip this upside down, that's the head and shoulder pattern Bitcoin's in. So it's like you get above this, we're in for a nasty pullback. We get rejected, the bull market continues. You see how close we are to, like, you know, so you really want to see if this thing can get back inside the bear pennant here get rejected by that 200 MA and head lower. You know, this thing heads any, you know, it's no good. This is tether dominance. So right now, it tells you you're in an inverted head and shoulder on tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance. That also tells me that Bitcoin's about to take a dump. And you're going to get a pretty big move there back on tether. So people are going to run into tether. That's it. They're going to get liquidated. They're going to tether up. They're going to start selling their coins for tether and waiting for better times to buy. That's what this is telling me. Again, am I going to panic sell? I've taken some profits on a few things. Maybe I'll take back some profits on a few other things, but I put what I'm willing to lose. What I do is I just stop putting money into the market. You know, I just stop reinvesting. If I take profit, I take it out. If I'm making some gains, I don't put it back in. You know, that's an inverted head and shoulder that looks to me like it's going to continue to pump. I'll watch this on the 22, but did you get a candle to close above the 200 MA on the 22-hour time frame for tether dominance? That's going to spell that's going to spell a nasty pump. All right, and that's going to be, you know, your altcoins will take a hit. No matter how bad they're beat down, they're going to go lower. They can go lower. Everyone says it can't go lower. They can. This week also has treasury on Thursday and Wednesday, if I believe correct. On Wednesday at 8:30, we have core CPI. Take a sticky note, write that down, put it on your desk, put it right down on the front of your computer screen right now. Do it right now with a marker. I'll even wait for you to do it. Thursday, I'd write unemployment claims, all right, at 8:30 a.m. So that's coming our way. We have core CPI and we have unemployment claims. That's it. So be ready. That will sway the market. They both come in at 8:30 a.m. Core retail sales, and unemployment claims. That is going to rock the market. Unemployment claims have been coming in less, but right now they're 210. Their forecast at 210 higher than previous. If they come in at like 215, it's bearish for the market, but could give risk on assets a bounce, saying, hey, you have to raise rate. You have to cut the rates. Trump definitely wants rates cuts. We'll find out what happens here. And, you know, we'll break it down. But right now, a couple days, you know, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. core CPI. Thursday, unemployment, both at 8:30 in the morning Eastern time. That's New York City time. All right. So, bang. And so that doesn't look good to me. I juxtapose Bitcoin dominance and tether dominance whenever I'm looking to see where the market's going. And then you want to look at total. And total 3, like, does total 3 look like amazing? And right now, I mean, it looked okay last night. We could get a bounce. I'm like, eh. But I mean, that's kind of right. It's a head and shoulder on almost all these altcoins right now. And they're kind of starting to inherit Bitcoin's head and shoulder. And, you know, the thing is, everyone creates a narrative that gets repeated by Bitcoin Twitter. And I see only the people that do TA really actually come up with any real evidence of sauce worth listening to. And again, I get it. Maybe we bounce and everyone says, oh, that TA was garbage. That's why TA stinks. And I think that's why it doesn't work. Because the one person will tune into me for 3 weeks, see this, panic sell, watch the bounce and be like, hey. But you have to take into account that it's very likely your altcoins are going to come and at least test this 200 MA and test $830 billion market cap. It looks very likely. So could we bounce off the 200 MA here at 836 billion? It's possible, you know, but this is suggesting a dump, man. Today, everything was looking good. It looked like we were going to go to the top of the channel, bottom of the channel, just kind of hang out. And then this morning, boom, man, we got hit with just nastiness. And, you know, no hope of that reversal. Things just got, you know, and again, could we dump? Are they just scaring us? You never know. That's why I don't panic sell. It's just not in the cards for me. And there is a chance we bounce, but shoulder, head, right shoulder there for me suggests we do go lower. And we'll take it one step at a time. I mean, let's watch what Bitcoin does. So far, Bitcoin just, I mean, that's sideways price action for the last hour straight. At the end of the day, when you're this sideways after an Adam and Eve, after a dumpage, after a rolling top, it's likely you're going to continue lower. Bitcoin has to break back above some key levels to show me that it's going to do anything. You know, right now, the bears, as far as I'm concerned, are in control. The bears are in control until they're not. Maybe it makes it a more elongated flag, but whatever it does, the bears are still in control. You get back above 95.8 and I'll take you somewhat seriously, Bitcoin. But until then, no, I just cannot. I cannot. Shout out to the 1,000 likes. You people are absolutely amazing. The fact that you gave me 1,000 likes today, that is such a blessing. May God bless the 1,000 people that did that. I'm very appreciative. Dear Lord, thank you for the people that gave me 1,000 likes. It's very nice. You sent 1,000 beautiful souls into my life that watch this channel. Over 3,000 people on and off, probably, or more. Thank you for all the people that came to the stream to get an education, that push forward every single day and that show up every day. Amen. And I got to stay positive no matter what this market does. I got to believe I'm the opportunity. I will find opportunities some way, somehow. I'm going to continue to push forward. And there's going to be gains some way. Whether we find the best long ever, whether we find the reversal, whether we got to believe in ourselves. Today could be the lowest price ever, and we could bounce back, and everyone could say that was it. And we're in the game, baby. We can't give up. Anything is possible. We must stay open-minded. And I am a little more bullishly biased. I am constantly on top, you know, of just like pushing forward with my mental state. You got to be on top of your mental state. Most important thing you could be doing in these times. It's so important. I'm telling you, more important than almost anything else. Make sure you're working out. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're taking walks in nature. Make sure you're getting a good sunlight. These are all very important things to be doing right now when the market gets at you. I'm telling you, you laugh at me. You're like, oh, this guy. But it's about keeping yourself mentally stable so you don't panic sell. You don't do things emotional. It's the emotional people that are going to regret these times. It's the people that stayed mentally stable that are going to be able to take advantage of them. Remember, I don't care how much you know about technical analysis. If you're not taking care of your body, you will make mistakes that you will regret. You'll get over emotional. You'll get tired. Trust me, man, for me to do this every single day, I really need to police myself and my body. I need to watch what I eat, watch what I do. Have a lot of, with my wife. I'm just being, oh my God. I mean, the market has been bearish, though, in general. So we just, you want to see, when you take that bottle, let me know. I'm doing, yeah. Exactly. So if anyone's jumping on into the stream right now and you're just watching, I'm in a long right now for Bitcoin. We're hugging the 200 MA on the 1 minute. I'm seeing if this flag can boost us past the 5 minute 200 MA and really get us cooking. There is a nice strong bullish div here. It looks like what I call a flamingo inverted head and shoulder, because it like flamingos, like it like, you know, I can't explain it, but it has this flamingo vibe. If you ever watch flamingos. So I call it a flamingo inverted head and shoulder, because it's like not your perfect inverted, but it is. And it has cup and handle vibes too. Bit of a money printer hidden in there too. I'm sure you could find it. Looks pretty interesting. And can you get all the way up to 95,800? It's very, very possible for BTC. All right. I got my actually back. If Bitcoin don't play out, but we need gains, baby gains. You're funny, man. Right? Man, it could get a bigger pump to 95,731. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and the NASDAQ and see how they're kind of hanging out today. ES1. So now the last time I did an update, you know, I did see a pullback, but I wasn't too stressed about a massive market, you know, depletion. Hold on, let me bring that back. I want to bring this. Yeah. So we have our Fibonacci pulled, and we bounce off that Fibonacci. We bounce right off the golden pocket. A little wick past the 706 as well. Interesting times. I'd expect some type of bounce, even if we have lower lows to come. I'd expect a bounce here somewhat back on the S&P on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. So this morning, I could see that we had like it just looked bearish today, this morning. The same, just, you know, just the general rules of thumb. Losing the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, right? Going below key areas of support and resistance. We got a nasty dump, but then they've been swinging the price action around. Look at this thing. That's crazy, right? Let's take a look at 1 hour. I mean, if you look at the NASDAQ, what I was basically talking about on Friday was you clearly have a rising wedge. And this is when markets either go on parabolic runs or they top out. All right, you can watch this on thousands of assets around the world. And usually once you break this trend, you start to drop. So it tells me that the Bitcoin pullback isn't just a Bitcoin pullback. It looks like it's an M2 money supply. Like, it looks like we're going to get a pullback everywhere. Now, if we lose the daily on the NASDAQ, that's going to be more of a bearish pullback, maybe even into a more of a bear market. You know, what if they decide to just derail this market as best they can right when Trump gets in? I mean, I don't put it past anything. So the NASDAQ looks bearish to me, in my humble opinion. Okay. Just like Bitcoin, there's a chance we bounce off this bullish div here. And so there could be a Hail Mary money printer, right? Like, right, you know, but it has a diamond in it too. See the diamond there? Has some diamond vibes. Could reverse this, but you know, diamond even seems like it comes in from the bottom though. I don't know. Bear City, in my humble opinion, on a lot of these assets, like I look at it more like, just like I looked at Bitcoin, like a bear flag, right? That's likely going to head lower. The NASDAQ lost key support and it looks like it's going to dump even further to the downside. I say in the next 2 days, you get more of a pullback, but I could be wrong, right? So who knows? But look, man, Bitcoin getting the bounce here back to the upside. Can we win the trade? Only time will tell. Now, if Bitcoin bounces, the NASDAQ probably will bounce. They've been pretty correlated if you can see it somewhat closely, but we'll see. They all depend on the dollar pulling back at one point, right? So let's see what can happen here for BTC, right? Once we crack that 200 MA on the 5 minute time frame, we can get a bigger bull move to the upside, and it could really take us further to the upside, right? Yeah. So boom, right? And you want to see us just get back above that key level. Again, I don't take money too seriously. I don't go crazy on Mondays. Monday can get you nuts. So always take a deep breath on Monday. Don't get overstressed. All right. The coin of the week. I want to talk about the coin of the week. The coin that really could dominate this week is Koi. I don't own any, but I always get these kind of vibes on what could be coming. And Koi just, it has this je ne sais quoi, right? And did they even put it up on CoinMarketCap yet? Again, we were talking about this thing very, very early. So, and that may not be the right one though. There's always, I think there's a couple too. Always be careful. Yeah, that's, look at that thing, man. Rug. Yeah. It's not even, I don't think you can, hold on 1 second. Let me see. I do a deep dive. I'm going to do a deep dive on it this afternoon and put out some links that I see in the trading group. Okay. So again, for whatever reason, AVA AI holding it down. Also got a pullback, but holding it down. Could make a right shoulder. And before we kind of like run on out of all these different ideas, let's take a look at virtual here on MEXC. No, there's not a lot of AI agents today that I would just be like flocking into. I definitely do my due diligence and do some research today. Morph AI is still hot. Like the teams haven't changed just because the market's kind of, in a bad space. But just pay attention. All right. Take a look at your daily. Your daily still wants to move further to the downside. I mean, and again, we talked about this when it was on the 3-day, and I said, you're likely going to come back to the 3-day, 21-day moving average, right? If you pull the whole thing, it does say there's your, your Fibonacci on the entire run up. And you can take local run ups too and see if you get bounces. But I mean, virtuals went on a massive tear, and I felt like it was, and I swing traded a couple times. It's fun to swing trade because it had so much utility. And I liked it to pull back a little bit here. It shows that people were like, okay, AI agents got saturated. We needed to get in it. Maybe this might have pulled back even if Bitcoin was doing its own thing, because this thing was getting so oversaturated. It was ridiculous. You take a look at it on the weekly. The weekly suggests it could go lower, right? But the 3-day is really my go-to chart for this. I wouldn't be surprised if it has to come and touch that 618 and go to 186 first. And is the virtuals run over? It's so new to me that I'm open-minded to believe that could happen. But, there's a lot of ifs right now. Does Bitcoin continue to hold? Is alt season going to steer us down for a little while before it pumps back up? What? Is this the perfect time to accumulate? Honestly, I have mixed signals on all those questions. Right now, I'm staying in tether. I'm not loading up on much. I'm being honest. I committed to this market so many times and DCA'd in so many of these dumps. And month after month, we're still kind of closer. So I take a chill pill now. Like I've put in as much as I could, and I've bought so much, and I've committed to the dip over and over again. And I'm still above these dips here on a lot of the buys that I made. So I'll stay in it. But man, I can see how they're discouraging the average person, man, because I'm a long-term holder. I've been in a long time, and the market's starting to kind of drill at the brain a bit. Let's be honest here. I'm not going to lie to you. They're making it very tough to be a crypto lifer every day. Not easy. Not easy at all. I mean, what I like about it is it shouldn't be easy. Every time it gets this hard, I know they're going to push a lot of people out, and there's usually opportunity for me. So because I don't get pushed out, I find opportunity, and I know that is the opportunity. That's where it lies. But we got to stay. And that's why I went back to staying mentally tough, mentally forward, and just being strong about no matter what happens in this market, because they will eat you alive. All right. The market, just whatever it is, the market yourself, eat yourself alive. So I do like virtuals. I'd like to see it bounce here at 182, somewhere in that area. And then I would try to DCA back in for a swing trade though. And I would just get in here and then sell at 650. Like I wouldn't try to hold it too long. So crypto Twitter told you we were going up only every single day. It doesn't work like that. All right. Everybody, if you want to jump on in, Gary Cardone's having a cool little digital summit. The 3rd to the 5th in St. Petersburg. Come one of the days, even just to the party. It's going to be the February 3rd, 12 p.m., February 5th at 5 p.m. Jump on in. All right. The first day is like a hangout, I guess. Or maybe it's the 3rd. I don't know what's happening on the 4th, but you can just come to the party, or you can come on one of the hangouts. They're awesome. I would look into this. I get nothing for this. I'm just going to be there. You might want to meet me, hang out. It's in a beautiful location. You'll absolutely love it. You can meet Node 40, find out more about what they do. Everybody's going to need it at one point. It's really going to straighten out how you have your assets put together in crypto, and just, I'm excited. Yeah. And we're going to get everything put together. So yeah, there's going to be workshops. Look at this. Unparalleled networking, hands-on workshops, insightful keynotes, and exclusive demonstrations. So find out more at eventbrite.com digital. I can put this link here. And I get nothing for doing this. I just want you to know I'm going to go. So I don't know exactly which day. I might just be there for the party at night just because of how much I work. But I'd like to go for one of the afternoons as well. It's only 45 minutes from my house, so I can go both days. All right, drive there and back, not a big deal. I just love Sammy as much as I love XRP. Shout out to Michael Allen. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right. That's our XRP super chat. LOL, right? I mean, SOAI Deepin went down the tubes, didn't it? All right. NASDAQ in a bear flag for whatever reason, not really coinciding with Bitcoin, and the stochastics pointing down. You got to just take it for what it is, right? And you're below previous support as resistance. I mean, bounce. I mean, it is what it is, baby. That target takes you further down here to somewhere at about 20,500. Remember, this is not me talking. This is the charts. I've just looked at the charts more than most people, so when I talk, it sounds like it's me, but it's just the charts, baby. It's just the charts. Super chats. FXX Griffin. I thought we looked at FXS. Maybe we did not. I thought I did, though. I guess not. It's on CoinX. Honestly, this is a higher low and does look more bullish than anything else I'm looking at right now on the present day. So shout out to anyone that gave this. This looks hot. 3-day chart getting low. Higher low. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing does bounce. Let's look at that target for FXX frac share. And you think it'll be something like, you know, RWA, like, you know, you can fractionalize a share, right? I did look at this about a year ago or something like that when it was around. Let's take a look at what it is, just for your viewing pleasure here and for your entertainment and for your education. FXS frac share, a $281 million market cap. And I just want to read a quick thing about exactly what it does. It's on multiple exchanges too as well. The protocol is a first fractional algorithmic stablecoin system. Frax is an open source, permissionless, and entirely on-chain, currently implemented on Ethereum with possible cross-chain implementation in the future. The end goal of Frax protocol is to provide a highly scalable, decentralized algorithmic money in place of a fixed supply of digital assets like Bitcoin. I don't know, it sounds cool. I don't really buy it just yet, but hey, it looks bullish to me for whatever reason compared to the rest of the market. So look at that. Adam and Even giving it a bit of a bounce. I'd put this on your radar, frac share. And I believe it's also on MEXC. I just got to look for it, right? But I'm going to put a little alert on this thing. And I may even swing trade this thing. It looks hot. FXS, it's been hot for a while too, on and off. I don't believe that for a second. People in the crypto know that what happened in Cali was long overdue. You're funny. Let's take a look at GRIFFAIN. Griffin, baby, Griffin. Last time I put out Griffin, it pumped nicely to the upside. Did it hold that gain? I haven't looked at it in a few days. Let's take a look. Ooh, market cap's back to 318. That would say no. Had a big pump. It is higher than when I first put it out there at 20 cents, though. But it had a bearish div. Starts to pull back, and again with the rest of the market. If Bitcoin can pump again, if Bitcoin dumps, this will roll over. Like, you have to understand, I don't care how strong your AI coin is. When Bitcoin really sends the tsunami, every coin is like a surfer in the waves, man. And they get just trumped. Trounced is the word, right? Trounced. Some old word from back in the day. I don't even know how I know it. So this fib's all right, I guess, from this impulse back down to the 786, but it is hitting previous support as resistance. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing took a lower hit, maybe further down to that 786 at 13. Nasty bearish div after a huge run up. Again, if Bitcoin could hold, this bounces and then everything changes, it makes a flag and we all say, oh no, you know. It really depends on what Bitcoin does in the next 2 to 3 days, everybody, even into tonight. All right. It doesn't look strong, though. It doesn't look amazing, right? Look at that. We went high to low. Up and down again. And look, now we've lost the 200 MA on the 1 minute. That's a wrap for me. And now you're gone. They're going to stop you out very likely. And there's the short. Now the shorts are basically in play. That tells me that the short is more in play than the long. And so that takes me what? To the second idea. What was our second idea? It was the bear flag. Look at the NASDAQ dumping out the bear flag to the downside, right? I don't know why people counter trade. It doesn't make any sense. But again, I've been doing this for so long. What happens is people just think I'm annoying because I'm like the dad that always says the same stuff over and over again. So they're just like, no, you know, the life is wrong. And then it happens over and over again. And again, it's not about being wrong. It's about not reading the analysis correctly. You know, that's all. All right. And you do whatever makes you happy. I can't force it on you to see the market the way I see it. It is what it is, right? So let's take a look. So yeah, the bear flag looks likely now to dump. Almost looks like that was it was like that, but I will take it, But when you lose the tutor man in the 1 minute, more pain, man. And so there was a chance. The flag looked great, and I gave it a chance. I gave it 2 hours. You were live with me the entire time. No go, no love. And it looks just like more bear side. Again, I'll start opening up trades tonight at about 7, 8 p.m. if I see something happening. But until then, no. All right. Let's take a look. Is XRP holding it through this? I would say no. I'd say everything's going to take a bit of a clobbering here. That's a nasty head and shoulder on Bitcoin. Yeah, even this bull flag that looked great for XRP took the dump back inside the pattern, got ripped back up. So they're playing with XRP too. They're playing with everything. Look at the 4 hour though. You got to give it that. It's still in some type of bull pennant, some type of tight price action there. And again, it could very well dump back down to this key area and fall out of the trend. Oh, wow. XRP looks way more bullish than I thought it was going to. I haven't looked at it this way yet. So interesting enough, XRP looks more bullish than Bitcoin, right? And if we look at XRP BTC, which we'll take a look to now, it's probably beating up on Bitcoin. And you're getting this narrative on Twitter like it's XRP. Yeah, I mean, look at that. On the hourly, XRP is up on Bitcoin and continuing to hold gains against it, as you can see. So XRP right now is the coin to watch. And with the Bitcoin dump could create an opportunity. It could also dump with every other coin, but I mean, look at this setup. I'm going to put an alert on this. If Bitcoin can hold off somewhat or bounce at a double bottom or do some type of like support zone, XRP could eventually continue to pump into the week. It's the strongest narrative going right now. I have an alert on it on XRP. I'll be watching closely. So I would still set alerts on XRP just to keep yourself privy to what's happening and pay attention. All right. Set alert on XRP as soon as you can. All right. Don't miss it. Could be the one thing that pumps hard in the next couple of days. I'm always open-minded to opportunity. THC Soul, let's take a look at that. What is that? Tin Cat Hat. Tiny market cap. Looks horrible. I got to move on, but thank you. And if it's the wrong coin, forgive me, but I still don't really, I don't want to be rude, but I don't. I don't have to say it, do I, right? So DEGEN, man, I love this coin. Coinbase had everything going for it. Came from the bottom to the top, back to the bottom again. Looks like it's going to drop. Looks like there's another altcoin just blah, blah, blah. And Bitcoin dumps, you're going to get a dump. I'm seeing a dump in everything. The shoulder, the head, the right shoulder looks everywhere. And I just don't have a lot of faith in these altcoins right now, everybody. Looks like you're going to be able to get some lower prices. If you're willing to DCA, you may want to hold off. If we bounce, fine, we bounce. And we'll probably retest there. What's the difference? But if you get a dump, that's going to be a difference between a way bigger multiple too. So 91,500 Bitcoin just, and again, BOOKMAP suggesting a dump to 85,000. That's likely what's going to happen, everybody. I do not see a recovery out of nowhere, but you never know. And those are all the super chats that we have for the day. I feel like we got through every single one of them. Shout out to the $115 in chat funding. You people are awesome. I love you as much as XRP. Thank you. Compliments. I went in the yard and said I need to get fresh air. 10 plants. Who cares if we dump? Walk back in and you were saying that. Sage. God bless you, Sage. I love you. DEGEN, still good. What you think? Thanks. THC Top Hat. Took a look at that. Shout out to DEGEN Trader. Shout out to Bob Ravi. Shout out to Ahmed. Shout out to Mr. Stark. Marlene, Voice 102, After Hours Investing, the Hoover family, HK, Vetigoat, Kyle FS, Mr. Blockton, Amin Yazin, Frankie Senpai, Galaxy Gambles, Frankie Senpai again, and Caroline. Everybody, we love you. We appreciate you so much for the super chats. You didn't have to, but you did. Very, very nice of you to give. Anyway, I'll be monitoring the market throughout the day. Looks like XRP could still give us a play somehow, some way. I will be posting many altcoins. I'm not going to be posting much, but Bitcoin, I want you to be kind of going at it from there. All right. And so whatever happens, happens. DEVVE launched Tier 1 exchange with the New York company. Interesting. Funny, look at that thing too. It pumped up. It's kind of weird too. Like, look at that. I had it like, interesting. Oh, so this thing just ripping. I mean, absolutely ripping. Definitely something we should put on the radar. I would watch the daily and look for the daily to come back down to the 21-day moving average. Right? If the daily can come back down to the 21, might be a possible place to get back in. Maybe it makes a beautiful flag too. The same thing. I always do this because you know what? That way you don't miss out. Either one it does, you can still take advantage. Right? You don't have to be right. You just have to be able to get whatever comes. You know? If there's two buses and you can take both of them, you don't have to, it doesn't care which one comes first. You just got to be able to get on one of them. Just have a plan in place. A bounce there would be nice. Bitcoin 91,400, struggling with that low liquidity below us, and losing that 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame does not look amazing. So just be careful, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. I'll be back tomorrow to do it again and to break it down. I'll be trading later on tonight in the trading group if I see something, but Monday I'm usually going to be light until we see what they do. I'll do updates for Bitcoin and that's about it. And then unless I see some crazy altcoin ripping. DEVVE looks pretty good. Thank you, Roger Tremino. The coin's hotter than hot sauce. Like today was its first down day in a long time. It's been ripping from 32 all the way to 179. So boom, boom, boom. It looks like it definitely had some news. So everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. We took it to the last song, I guess, all the way in the mix. And we'll start back off with I Believe in You. Everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful, amazing day. It's not easy to go live every single day. It's not easy to trade every single day. It's not easy to push yourself in anything every single day. The world is always trying to push you down, always make you wake up late, always hit that snooze button, but you can't. You got to wake up. You got to fight. You got to work out. You got to push yourself, and you got to just keep pushing. Nothing can stop you from becoming who you want to become. You've got this. Remember, the secret to success is getting started.